Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello, good morning, guys. I'm glad to see you all. Hello, mates. I will present about improving critical thinking skill through the integration of project-based learning and group investigation. Okay, let's check it out. Before we head into the next session, please allow me to introduce myself first. I am Alin Novianti, and my ID student's number is 2002-008 and 4059. I come from English Education 2020, and I come from State University of Surabaya. What is this topic about? Okay, so we can know in this part, it is about example of problem-based learning and group investigation. And what do you think about critical thinking? What is critical thinking first? Why we must have critical thinking skills? And what is problem-based learning and group investigation? Why using the integration of problem-based learning and group investigation? So, about the introduction, critical thinking is the process of purposeful self-regulatory judgment. This process gives reasoned consideration to evidence, context, conceptualizations, methods, and criteria. And why this critical thinking is important? Success in work depends on thinking skill. It isn't enough to possess knowledge, but you must be able to apply information to your job. And critical thinking is a reliable way to searching for the threats. And what is problem-based learning and group investigation? So, PBL is student-centered learners that encourage them to actively participate in discussion activity and to solve the given problem. And PBL is an effective method to stimulate students' thinking ability. And what is group investigation? Group investigation is a cooperative learning method that encourage students to collect information to solve problems and activate students' high order thinking skills. So, why using the integration of problem-based learning and group investigation? The integration of PBL and GI, it is strengthens the learning syntax in which the students are able to conduct an investigation in groups to find problems in their surrounding environment, analyze and solve the problems. Okay, it is answered. Okay, so we can next into introduction. In introduction, we have problem, the low ability of the students' critical thinking because traditional learning methods who usually the teacher teaches and students listen. Solution, using the integration problem-based learning and group investigation. And the research question is about, can we use PBL and GI integration to improve critical thinking skills? Literature review. In the literature review, we have Sato 2014 Authenticity Learning, which means that learning should be adjusted to the characteristic of the learning itself. And we have Turbin and Copy 2006. Lesson study is an effort to improve learning process conducted by a group collaborative and continuously in planning, doing, observing, and reporting the learning outcomes. Research methodology. And the research methodology, it is have research design. We use quasi-experimental design. And participants, we have 73 second semester students academic year 2013 until 2014, which were divided into two classes, A and B. And the instruments is about tests, pre-test and post-test, and SI. And we have observation sheet to implementation the research. And we have the data analyze. The data analyze we have using lesson study from the pre-test and post-test with analyze descriptively. And the scoring use several criteria. The scoring use the data were obtained from an observation sheet. We have procedures. In these procedures, the focus of the lesson study was to improve the students' critical thinking ability. The students' critical thinking ability was measured before and after the lesson study activity through a pre-test and post-test. The lesson study was conducted in 16 cycles. So it is half pre-test on class 2A and 2B. We use plan 2C. It is the lesson study. It is cycle 1. Or we can use it is 2B. And this is half plan 2C again. To lesson study, it is half cycle 2, 2A. And we have cycle 3. We have plan 2C again. And the cycle 3, it is half 2B. And the last but not least, C do plan in the cycle 4. It is included by 2A. And post-test on class 2A and 2B. The instruments used to measure the students' critical thinking was an essay test, which comprises an ability to provide argument, to evaluate, to state problems, to deduce, and to induce. Okay, so we can next part into finding and discussions. Learning process through lesson study, which were conducted in 16 cycles using PBL integrate with GI. We can see in this picture, it is half average score and critical thinking level. 0 until 0.5, it is pre-structural. 0.5 until 1.0, it is semi-structural level. And etc. until extended abstract. So we can see in this part, it is half cycles 1, 2, 3 until 16. And the stage plan is randomly and do see learning materials. It's about the discussion in this part. So learning that enables students to actively participate beginning from deciding topics, planning, conducting, discussing the problems, and providing solutions. And we use the result. The results of the study showed that none of the students achieved extended abstract thinking stage. We use in this part F or extended abstract thinking skills. It's not appear in the results. And the blue color, it is half pretest, and the red color, it is post test. The results about that, number A, it is A, B, C, D, E. It is about critical thinking category. And the number of students, it is from 0 until 100. Okay. Number A, pre-structural thinking stage is a student is not able to manage information given well, misunderstood concept. And number B, semi-structural thinking stage is indicates with an incapacity to manage information well and misunderstand concept. And number C, it is unistructural thinking stage is indicates with an ability to manage simple information, be able to provide a simple solution to solve problems. And number D, multistructural thinking stage is marked by an ability to analyze information from several points of view, yet the information is still incomplete. Number E, relational thinking is indicated by a better ability in analyzing information, the information being obtained from several sources to become complete information. And number F, extended abstract thinking is the highest level of thinking in which a student is able to provide completely right information. And the result is the integration of PBL and GI is an effective method in encouraging students' thinking ability and improve student high-order thinking skill, especially in reasoning ability. The conclusion, it is about the implementation of PBL stimulates the students actively and may encourage the students to think critically by providing arguments or opinions, stating problems, practicing to induce and reduce and doing evaluations. And recommendation, it is suggest future researcher implement various learning models and adjust the learning models to the learning material. Thank you. Do you have any question? You can leave comment, suggestion, question in the comment section below. Thank you for see and goodbye, mates. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.